H.E.R, or H.E.R, for those who would rather say her name fully instead of spelling it, is an artist I was introduced to when I listened to Daniel Caesar's Best Part. And if I'm gonna be honest, I really thought it was H.E.R's song when I first listened to it, because honestly, wouldn't you think the same thing when you think she's the first person on the song? Nevertheless, I was intrigued, and I decided to listen to her self-titled release. And I was impressed immediately. I was blown away. H.E.R brings the R&B sound, but also brings more of a, instrumental funk kind of sound. I'll say it like this: if you're somebody who truly, truly, truly appreciates music, you will love H.E.R. So in the middle of June, H.E.R released her debut album. Yeah, I didn't even realize that her self-titled release was not even her debut album. Her debut album, Back of My Mind, was released in the middle of June. And oh my god. Alright, before I start geeking out like an idiot, I'll start with my critiques. I really think the second half of this album lags. The beginning really delivers on something fantastic, but the second half of the album really begins to lose me. A lot of it just being all of her, solo tracks, but nothing really, compelled me to keep listening. But with that said, the second half of this album still had some really strong tracks. In fact, I will dare say this was probably one of the best new albums I have heard this year. I will stand by that. This was without a doubt one of the best new albums I have heard to come out of 2021. Seriously, the first 9 tracks on here are immaculate. They are immaculate. I'm gonna geek out for a good amount of this video because this album is just so good. While I'll admit the intro track, We Made It, feels a little bit long, I enjoy the big atmospheric booming sound that it delivers on. The title track with Dolla was really incredible. This was a bit of a hint that it was going to start lagging, but it still gave me something enjoyable to listen to. I really enjoyed Cordae on Trauma. The singles that she released from this album, Damage and Come Through with Chris Brown, still deliver on a really incredible sound. Find a Way was one of those songs that had to grow on me a little bit. You know, I wasn't rocking with H.E.R doing the Lil Baby flow, but after some time, it really began to grow on me, and I really enjoyed what I heard. And I'm not going to keep going any longer on this list of the first songs on here that blew me away, but the songs on here really freaking blew me away. I have very, very, very few critiques about this album, and while I really want to get into the I Can Have It All track with DJ Khaled and Bryson Tiller, I have a whole video's worth of thoughts to talk about when it comes to Khaled, but we'll save that for another time. H.E.R never fails to disappoint me. Even on tracks that I think were very sluggish, she still delivers something remarkable. I especially love hearing the natural instruments on here. It didn't feel electronic. And I'm gonna be honest, I was on Google for an hour and a half looking for a vinyl version of this album, and it is not out yet, and better believe I will be jumping on that as soon as it comes out, if it even comes out. Please, please, please release this on vinyl. This didn't feel digital. This didn't feel heavily synth. This didn't feel like something that was, electronically engineered. Even if Lil Baby is on here using auto-tune. It just felt so nice. It felt so enriching to listen to. It felt so soothing is the point. Maybe I'm not jamming out to this in my car like it's a Kiss Me More by Doja Cat, but that doesn't matter. Like I said in the beginning, if you truly, truly, truly appreciate music, you will truly appreciate H.E.R. And this is an album I highly, highly, highly recommend listening to. I'm not afraid to give H.E.R my first perfect score, 5 out of 5 scratches. While I wasn't rocking with all of the tracks on here, every track on here gave me something wonderful to hold on to, something memorable to listen to. And I cannot recommend this album enough to whether you're a fan of R&B, hip-hop, pop, bluegrass, whatever you're a fan of, listen to this album. I am a huge sucker for R&B, but I'm telling you right now, listen to this album. H.E.R. delivered on something fantastic, and I really, really, really look forward to what she has coming next.